Hello, so it's finished. Fulham 1, Sunderland nil, and to be honest with you, we got exactly what we deserved today, which was absolutely fuck all. That was a really poor, pathetic performance today from the lads. Never showed up. Not anybody showed up at all. All over the pitch, we were sloppy. The ball retention was absolutely terrible. And when we got into positions where we could have created something, the final ball was absolutely diabolical for the whole of the game. Credit to Fulham. Fulham did well in the first half. I thought they put us under pressure, but like I say, when we had the chance for it to break out and we had chances for it to kind of put them under pressure, we just couldn't keep out of the ball. We were really poor on the ball today, and it's such a disappointment. But this is the Premier League, when we get above ourselves and we're going to places expecting to get the result and expecting to win. This is what happens, and it brings everybody down a peg or two. Like I say, the first half was really poor. The only one I thought did alright was, probably Traore was the only one that looked a bit lively. But having said that, again, ball retention that I keep mentioning was non-existent. In the midfield, we were getting overrun. I thought the back five that we kept didn't work. We left Fulham far too much space in the midfield. And when you've got their centre-half coming forward and taking shots, it just shows you something's not right. So, tactically wise, I thought we set up wrong again today as well. And I was surprised that Lebrie didn't change it at half-time. He didn't, he kept it. And the second half was much of the same, to be fair. We had a bit of a spell, probably 10-15 minutes in the second half, like I say, where we had chances to create stuff. But time and time again, we're getting them positions, and the final ball was absolutely diabolical. It really was. Lafayette, Traore, other people, you can mention the whole team, that the getting into them kind of nice areas in the final third and just didn't outward it. Didn't get the head up, didn't look, didn't with any conviction to play a pass or to play a killer ball. There was one great opportunity in the second half where the ball went into the middle of the field and Enzo Lafayette is standing by himself in the box, and instead of getting the head up and look, and I think it might have been Talby, and push it out wide, we'll come back inside and lose it. And that was the same type of thing all game. Now, I didn't want to criticise the referee because of getting beat, but I don't know what he saw to give the foul that led to their goal, because to me it was nothing, considering their centre-halves were going through the back of Isidore, were going through the back of Broby, and now it was given, but he saw right, Darrington, to give that free kick for them. They gone down, put the cross in, man. It's a great ball. I thought, Chukwueze, when he came on, was good for them. He started making things happen. And he looked lively. The goal, I think Dan Ballard could have done better. He seems to be watching the man more than he's watching the ball. If he comes to the ball and tries to get his foot through it and puts it out, but he's more worried about what's happening behind him. Roofs went to come and then went back on his line, which kind of, allowed Jimenez to get in between Ballard and him to port across the line. But credit to Fulham. Like I say, we got exactly what we deserved there. We were bad, we were poor. And let's hope that kind of brings everybody down a peg or two, and stops us getting carried away too much. Yes, it's a blip. We're still probably 5th or 6th, but it's a really bad result and a bad performance. That I was expecting a lot more today from the lads. Maybe it's all the travelling that they've done. I thought Reinaldo looked miles off the pace today. I thought Siddiqui looked miles off it. Xhaka didn't impose himself in the midfield, but that was probably because he was getting outran and didn't have the space in there. Every time he got the ball, Fulham were at us in the midfield as well. So that's why I would have changed it a lot quicker than I did. Than he did. I would have changed it at half time, and I would have probably took Reinaldo off, and I would have probably put Broby on and Isidore on the left, and put Trey Hume at left back, and gone to a back four. But Lebrie knows better than me, I suppose. But all in all, a really poor, disappointing afternoon. The weather was atrocious and all, which didn't help. But say Fulham managed it better than we did. They deserved it fully deserved their win today. I think if they hadn't won, they'd have felt disappointed. It would have been a hell of a point if we'd have kept it 0-0. Wasn't to be. We'll now move on to Bournemouth next week and see if we can put it right at home, back at Fortress Stadium of Light. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I'm really, really upset at that performance. It was pathetic, to be honest with you. Pathetic performance. But we'll move on. We'll put it behind us. Let's not get too disheartened. Let's not get too disappointed. Player of the match for us, I didn't know. probably Roots. Roots probably saved us from being 2 or 3 down at half time, to be fair. Made some good saves. Let's hope his injury isn't too serious. He was hobbling about for the last 20 minutes. Let's hope he's alright. I thought Ballard was a rock again at centre half, probably. But apart from that, everybody else was probably a 5 out of 10. It was really, really bad to watch. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Let's see what happens next week. Watch out for the next video. Please like, share, subscribe if you don't mind. Try and get to 5,000 subscribers. But till the next time, thanks for watching. Take it easy, stay safe, and we'll speak soon. Ta-ra.